KBS World.
Delivering today's Korea to the world, it is Wednesday, November 20th, here in Seoul. And News Today starts now.
South Korea and Japan again failed to narrow their differences in a second round of talks at the WTO over Tokyo's export restrictions. The National Assembly passes bills designed to change the status of Korean firefighters to national public servants, paving the way for more funding and better work conditions. The government announces regulations banning the manufacturing of colored plastic bottles in order to increase high-quality recycled plastics.
Welcome back. I'm Tae-Gyeon, and we start off with our top stories. South Korea and Japan held second round of talks at the World Trade Organization over Tokyo's export restrictions. The talks ended in the early hours of Wednesday, but the two sides again failed to narrow their differences. The Korean government said it will consider requesting the establishment of a panel at the WTO dispute settlement body.
South Korea and Japan's second round of talks at the WTO began at 6 p.m. Tuesday, Korea time. The negotiations lasted for nearly 9 hours but eventually fell through. Korean negotiators reiterated their call for Japan to withdraw its export restrictions against Korea as they violate WTO regulations and are not based on objective grounds, but Tokyo refused to accept.
일본의 수출 제한 조치가 자의적이고 차별적인 조치여서 WTO 협정에 부합되지 않는 점을 분명히 지적하고 조속히 철회할 것을 촉구했습니다.
Japan again cited security reasons for the basis of its export curbs. It argued that Korea failed to properly control exports of items that were subject to regulations.
Potential risk of being diverted for military use, and thus allegation of WTO inconsistency is completely baseless.
The Japanese government did allow the export of 3 high-tech materials to Korea in recent months, including liquid hydrogen fluoride. But Tokyo insists the trade restrictions will remain in place. There is a 60-day time period for countries engaged in trade disputes to hold discussions after a complaint has been filed with the WTO. Given this timeline, experts say the latest round of talks was essentially the last opportunity for negotiations. Seoul says it will now review the next step of measures, including requesting the establishment of a panel at the WTO dispute settlement body.
양측의 기존 입장이 그렇게 바뀌었다는 생각은 들지 않습니다. 3차 협의 가능성을 배제하지 않겠다. 이거는 아예 가능성이 없지는 않다는 의미일 뿐이고.
The latest round of talks has failed to achieve breakthrough in the trade dispute. If a WTO panel is established, the process will likely take over a year before a conclusion is reached. The two sides may be in for a protracted battle.